Fracture of orbital floor can be diagnosed by X-ray Waters view, in which orbital content can be seen coming into the maxilla from the orbital cavity, and that is known as teardrop opacity sign. That can also be diagnosed with X-ray CT scan, in which coronal cut you can see that is some of the orbital content is coming into the maxillary sinus. So this is a diagnosis of fracture orbital floor. Now how can we treat? In this open reduction and treatment of this fracture is done, in which usually we can give an incision over lower eyelid, over the lower lid, and can insert our finger from that and can reduce this orbital content back into the orbital cavity, and a reconstruction of orbital floor with newly synthesized bone graft, or we can have marketedly available preparation like silicone sheet or Teflon sheet, so that second time orbital content will not come into the maxillary sinus. Another thing that we can do is we can dilate this maxillary sinus antrum. After that we can insert our finger and reduce this content back into the orbital cavity. After that we can insert a pack, that is maxillary sinus pack, nasal pack made up of cotton, and can be remain into this 48 to 72 hours, and after that this orbital content will remain into the orbital cavity. So reduction is done by finger pass into the antrum through a transantral approach. Pack can be kept into the maxillary sinus ostium, and infraorbital approach can also be done after giving incision over the lower lid, skin crease over the lower lid. Combination of this both approach can also be done. Fracture of maxilla. Fracture of maxilla is usually divided by Lefort classification, that is Lefort 1, 2 and 3. Lefort 1 is usually transverse fracture of maxilla, in which fracture runs above and parallel to the palate. So here in this diagram you can see that fracture usually runs just above the upper teeth and just parallel to the hard palate. It crosses the lower part of the nasal septum, maxillary antrum and pterygoid plates over the posterior side. Here you can see that it is usually crossing the lower part of the septum, maxillary antrum here and pterygoid plates. Lefort type 2 fracture, which is usually pyramidal in shape. Fracture usually passes through the root of the nose, lacrimal bone laterally, floor of the orbit and upper part of the maxillary sinus and pterygoid plates posteriorly. So they will run from the roof of the nose to the lacrimal bone to the floor of the orbit or roof of the maxilla and pterygoid plates. Lefort type 3 fracture, that is usually craniofacial disjunction. There is complete separation of facial bones from the cranial bones. Here fracture line passes through the root of the nose to the isthmofrontal junction here, followed by supraorbital fissure, lateral wall of orbit here, frontozygomatic and temporozygomatic suture line here, that is involving tripod fracture also, and upper part of pterygoid plates here most posteriorly. So this is usually craniofacial disjunction. Fracture of maxilla usually produce different type of symptoms. Main symptoms are malocclusion of teeth with anterior open bite due to the injury over the upper jaw, elongation of mid-face due to the craniofacial disjunction, mobility in the maxilla can be palpated, and sometimes due to the injury to the CSF cribriform plate, CSF rhinorrhea can be seen. Diagnosis is usually done by X-ray Waters view or posterior anterior view or lateral view. CT scan can also be done in this type of patient to know the exact diagnosis. Treatment is usually first is you have to restore the airway and stop the bleeding from the maxillary bone or maxillary artery. Fixation of maxillary fracture can be done by different wiring according to the severity of this maxillary fracture. Different type of fractures are interdental wiring, intermaxillary wiring using arch bars, open reduction by keeping incision over the paranasal sinus area, and intraosseous wiring, wire slings from the frontal bone zygoma or infraorbital rim to the teeth or arch bar. Here in this diagram or photograph you can see that intermaxillary wiring is done, and maxillary bone fracture of this Lifford type 1 is usually reduced. Fracture of lower third, which is last fracture to be discussed, in which fracture of mandible is usually seen. Fracture of mandible have been classified according to the location of the fracture. Usually main fracture which are associated with fracture of maxilla are condylar fractures, symphysis fractures which are situated medially, body and ramus and angle of this fracture. Condylar fractures, angle of mandible fractures, body and symphysis fractures are usually most commonly seen. Most common fractures are usually condyle and angle of mandible fracture. Other rare fractures are associated with mandibular coronoid fractures, ramus fractures and alveolar process fractures. This patient can develop pain and trismus due to the mandible fracture. Malocclusion of teeth as lower jaw will be affected. Ecchymosis of the oral mucosa can be seen in this type of fracture. Tenderness at the site of the fracture or crepitation at the site of the fracture due to the palpation can be seen. Diagnosis is usually done by X-ray PA view of the skull, in which condyle fracture can be seen. Other fracture can be seen in right or left oblique view or right or left lateral view of mandible. Fracture of mandible usually treated by different reduction, can be closed reduction or open reduction. Closed reduction can be done by internal maxillary fixation, as we have seen previously in the maxillary fracture. This is the intermaxillary wiring, can also be seen done in fracture of mandible. Usually other reduction of closed fracture of mandible are interdental wiring, arch bar and rubber bands. Open method can be seen in displaced fracture of mandible, which can be treated by intraosseous wiring or leg screw or compression plates and screw. Here you can see that arch bar and rubber band are used in, these are the arch bars and these are the rubber bands which are used to reduce the maxillary bone fracture which is not displaced. Leg screw are used in a displaced fracture of mandible, and sometimes compression plates are also seen. Here you can see one of the screw is present, and these are the leg screw which are helpful in treating the mandible fracture via open method. So this is all about fracture of mandible and different parts of facial bone and cranial bones which are affected with the fracture. So this is all about trauma to the face. Thank you.